I have cried every day for 16 months. I wake up, I see her pictures, I look at her every day, and I'm like, Alaysia, what happened?
This is the story of 20-year-old Alaysia Marie Hart, a young woman who had her entire life ahead of her. Engaged to the love of her life, she was excited about the future together and lived her life to the fullest. Sadly, her story took a dark and tragic turn when an argument escalated in the car while she was on the way to enjoy the nightlife at Pompano Beach with her fiancé. Alaysia would be shot and killed, devastating her friends and loved ones. How could an argument during a night of fun result in murder? Welcome to Viral Crimes. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. This story takes us to Pompano Beach. Pompano Beach is a vibrant city located along the coast of the Atlantic Ocean in Broward County, Florida. It's known for its beautiful, wide beaches, clear waters, and a variety of recreational activities. Born at St. Charles Hospital in New York, Alaysia Marie Hart spent her childhood in Cape Coral, Florida, where she attended Island Coast High School, graduating in 2018. She desired to pursue a career in nursing, specifically aiming to become a nurse anesthetist, fueled by her inherent need to assist others. Alaysia's passions extended beyond her career ambitions. She had a profound love for cooking, always eager to experiment with new recipes and culinary techniques. Dancing brought joy and fun into her life, making every moment lively and memorable. Alaysia had a talent for nail art, a skill she had honed with no formal training, but through sheer determination and practice. She devoted countless hours to refining her techniques, always striving for perfection in her craft. It was not just a hobby, but a pursuit of excellence, and her growing portfolio was a testament to her hard work and artistic flair. Her devotion was not limited to her personal interests. Alaysia cherished the time she spent with her family and friends, creating lasting memories with those she loved. Travel also played a significant role in her life, as she reveled in the excitement of exploring new places and savoring different cuisines. Alaysia was known for her captivating smile, which illuminated every room she entered. Her spirit deeply affected those around her, who recognized her incredible enthusiasm for life. Alaysia's heart belonged to a man by the name of Jonathan Melvin Stewart, with their relationship blossoming into an engagement in 2019. Their connection was profound, marked by a mutual feeling of love and a shared excitement for the future. As a young couple, they reveled in the present and looked forward with anticipation to the life and experiences ahead of them. Sadly, the dreams of the young couple for a shared future would be left unfulfilled. They would never experience the joy of their wedding day, nor embark on the journey of building a life together as they had so eagerly planned. On the fateful day of February 21, 2021, Alaysia Hart, then 20 years old, and her fiancé Jonathan, would encounter a life-altering event. They, along with a close friend and her fiancé's uncle, 35-year-old Anthony Eason, who was a convicted felon who was released from prison just 4 months prior, had set out for what was supposed to be an exciting fun-filled trip to Pompano Beach, Florida. The group anticipated a night filled with laughter and friendship, eager to soak in the local culture and nightlife of the town, not knowing how the night would tragically unfold. In the dim early hours around 5 a.m. on a Sunday, Alaysia Hart's journey came to a tragic and abrupt end at an Exxon gas station on 220S Dixie Highway. It began with a heated altercation in a 2013 Ford among its passengers, Alaysia, her fiancé, his uncle, and a friend. As they headed to the club, driving south on Dixie Highway, the night's previous festivities turned into chaos when an argument took a tragic turn and a gun was discharged. Broward Sheriff's Office homicide detectives arrived at the gas station to find a scene of devastation. 2 people were seriously injured from gunfire. The Pompano Beach Fire Rescue Team arrived quickly, taking one of the wounded to the hospital in hopes of recovery. But for Alaysia, help came too late. At the scene of the conflict, she was found lifeless, her vibrant future cut short in a moment that left her loved ones and community in profound shock and mourning. During their investigation into the chaotic events at the gas station, deputies made an additional grim find: a third person had been shot about a mile from the initial crime scene. This subsequent discovery confirmed for detectives that the 2 incidents were indeed connected, tying together the violent threads of the night. They also learned of a fourth person present during the conflict in the vehicle, which further complicated the investigation.
Alaysia Hart graduated from Island Coast High School just a few years ago and was part of the Cape Coral community. Today, her family is devastated and say she was just visiting the Pompano Beach area when she was shot and killed.
The last thing I ever imagined. The last thing any mother would ever imagine.
It's a parent's worst nightmare.
I can't fix this. It's killing me inside. I can't fix this.
That's now a reality for Jessica Tyree and her family after the news her daughter died.
Because if I could take anything back, it would be that I spent more time with my daughter.
On February 21st, deputies say 2 people were shot at this gas station on Dixie Highway in Pompano Beach.
You know, they found her slippers in the middle of the street.
Hart died on the scene. Just a mile away, deputies found a third person who'd also been shot.
We just want to know what happened and what her last moments were like.
Tonight, the investigation continues. Deputies say the people inside this car had an argument that turned deadly.
They did tell me that they had a lot of evidence. It was just a matter of being patient.
The name of the suspect hasn't been released.
She knew him not very well, obviously. I just pray to God that justice is done and he will never see the day of light again.
It's been more than a week. No arrests and no answers.
It's hard to process because we don't have any answers. And we're not getting answers, and it's hard because we gotta say goodbye to her on Thursday and we still don't have that closure.
They say Hart was engaged.
She wanted to be a nurse anesthetist. Very self-motivated. She was and driven.
She was only 20 years old.
And she's gonna be missed. Great spirit, just a great spirit.
Family members say her life was just starting.
She was gonna be something special because she was so beautiful. She had a heart of gold. At the end of the day, I don't want her memory to be forgotten.
In a subsequent breakthrough, a 35-year-old man was identified as the prime suspect in the tragic death of 20-year-old Alaysia Hart. However, any possibility of arrest came to a halt when the suspect died before law enforcement could apprehend him, a fact that was later announced by the authorities during a press conference. It was revealed that Alaysia's fiancé was the sole person in the car who had not been injured by gunfire. The in-depth investigation eventually uncovered that it was the fiancé's uncle who had discharged the weapon, a revelation that undoubtedly added a profound level of personal tragedy to the case. This development came to light shortly after Local 10 News broadcasted a segment detailing the profound grief experienced by Alaysia's family. As Hart's grandmother, Zoraida Rosado, grapples with the painful reality of Alaysia's passing, which occurred at an Exxon gas station on 220S Dixie Highway in Pompano Beach, the confusion and unanswered questions add to the family's heavy burden. They endure the sorrow and the perplexing details that surround the day Alaysia's life was cut short. Rosado voices the heartache that has become a daily companion, revealing, "I have cried every day for 16 months. I wake up. I see her pictures." Her anguish is compounded by a profound sense of helplessness as a result from not hearing anything about her granddaughter's murder from authorities. The Broward County Sheriff's Office announced that Alaysia's case was closed because Anthony Eason, the main suspect behind Alaysia Hart's death, was killed before the law could take its course. It falls short of providing comfort or clarity to the grieving family, who are left to navigate a path forward amidst their profound sorrow and the weight of questions that will likely remain forever unanswered. At the time of Anthony Eason's death, detectives had issued a warrant for his arrest. Following the collection of ballistics and DNA evidence linking him to the crime, as indicated by official records. The Miami Police Department reported that Eason was shot on July 4, 2021, in an area just west of Overtown. He succumbed to his injuries on July 16 at Jackson Memorial Hospital due to complications from the gunshot wounds, as confirmed by the medical examiner. Had Eason survived, he would have been charged with manslaughter, attempted manslaughter, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, according to the charges prepared against him.
A family still grieving the loss of a young woman who was shot and killed a year ago in Pompano Beach, and the man police say is responsible will never be charged.
I have cried every day for 16 months. I wake up, I see her pictures, I look at her every day, and I'm like, Alaysia, what happened?
Zoraida Rosado may never know exactly what happened, and now we know she may never get the justice she wants. It was February 21st, 2021, around 5 a.m. Detectives say 20-year-old Alaysia Hart, her fiancé, his uncle, and a friend were in a car driving south on Dixie Highway after a night out. investigators say there was an argument and a gun went off. 3 people in the car were shot, including Alaysia, but she was the only one who did not survive.
My granddaughter gets killed, and the one person that didn't get shot is walking free.
For the first time, 60 months after the murder, we are seeing the final report on the case obtained by Local 10 News. It details how detectives did not go after Alaysia's fiance, the only person not shot the day of the tragedy. Instead, they focused on his uncle, identified in the report as Anthony Eason, who was one of the people in the vehicle. The report says ballistics and DNA evidence show he fired the gun. And it says officers did have an arrest warrant for Eason, charging him with the young woman's death. But BSO says before deputies could get to Eason, he was involved in a separate incident where he was shot and killed.
There's no justice, there's no closure.
The Florida Department of Corrections records revealed that Eason had been released from prison on October 1, 2020. His criminal history included a 15-year prison sentence handed down on December 3, 2007, for his involvement in an armed carjacking, robbery, and battery that occurred on December 26, 2005. This backdrop of prior convictions and his recent involvement in violent crimes paints a complex picture of Eason's troubled legal history. What happened to Alaysia Hart is an absolute tragedy, a reminder that sometimes life can be cruelly unpredictable. She set out to simply enjoy a night out, surrounded by those she considered safe companions, including her fiancé. Her expectation of safety was not unreasonable, yet her life was taken away in an instant. It's a harrowing thought that her future was cut short by someone recently released from prison, not just anyone, but her fiancé's uncle, a detail that adds a layer of betrayal to the already immense loss. The impact of this revelation on her family and friends is undoubtedly crushing. The question lingers painfully in the air. Why would someone draw a weapon during a mere argument and turn a disagreement into a fatal encounter? This act not only ended Alaysia's life, but also altered the lives of all involved, creating a ripple of sorrow and loss that extends far beyond the immediate moment. Violence should never be the answer to an argument. Alaysia's story is a heartbreaking testament to the urgent need for alternative resolutions to disagreements that don't involve violence. It speaks volumes about the importance of conflict de-escalation, understanding the deep-seated issues that lead to such drastic actions, and the collective responsibility to prevent such needless tragedies. It also serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of being mindful of the company we keep. While it's true that we can never fully predict the actions of others, it is vital to be aware of the backgrounds and temperaments of those we choose to spend time with, especially in situations that might lead to an altercation. Being vigilant and making informed choices about our social circles is a critical step in safeguarding our own well-being and that of our loved ones. My condolences to Alaysia's friends and family. May you continue to heal and one day find peace. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.